Hey everyone, today I would like to show you this cost performance analysis tool which I have created, and I'd like to share with some managers working for some organizations for them to be able to review the cost performance for the money resource that have been trusted to them by the organization, by the general manager or a vice president of the company. So the idea here is for the managers to review the actual cost versus the budgeted cost. And this is the responsibility actually of the managers to plan for the year, the budget they're going to spend for the year, and for the cost category, which includes the direct labor, direct material. This is actually for a manufacturing company and other categories. And the idea here is for the managers to review whether the a certain category has uh, been spent over the budget or spent under the budget by this variance, whether it's positive or negative. And then I have also added the variance percentage. Okay. And what I did here is I'm gonna create a macro for this variance and variance percentage to be automated. Okay, so that the managers will be able to see or to determine which among the cost categories on the green flag or which among the categories on the red flag I'm gonna be doing a highlight in terms of green and red on this variance. So it is the responsibility of the managers as compelled by the general manager or his vice president to review the cost performance monthly, or it could be quarterly. So if there are certain lines of the cost category which is positive variance or red variance, then it is the responsibility of managers to put in place an action plan for him to be able to recover for the next review, which is on the next or whether on the following quarter review of the budget. So my idea here is for me to be able to create a macro, and this variance and variance percentage will be automated. Okay, will appear here on this column, the blank column. And aside from the variance and the variance percentage, I have also, I'm also going to include in the VBA code the the creation of the chart, which I have chose the column clustered chart for the data visualization of the manager. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on the creation of the macro for the writing of the VBA codes for this variance analysis. So I'm gonna access the Visual Basic here. Okay, I have already opened a module 1 for this, a user form, which I have created earlier. And there are only 3 fields that I'm gonna use here. The one is the cost category, the other one is budget cost, and the actual cost. Okay, and I have not changed the name of the field or the text box. This first one is text box 1, and the budget text box is text box 2, and the actual is actually the text box 3. And only 2 buttons, which is the add data and the close button for the exiting of the data entry form. So going back to the module 1, now I'm gonna create the macro, and I'm gonna write the VBA codes for this one, and I'm gonna name the macro sub performance, rather sub cost performance analysis with chart. So I'm gonna write sub, then cost performance analysis, and I'm gonna add with chart. Okay, then just enter. Then there are several variables I'm gonna include here. One which is the WSS worksheet, dim last row as integer, I as integer, we're gonna be looping it, budgeted cost, actual cost, the variance and variance percentage, and then also the chart objects that we're gonna be uh, putting in dimension for the added chart, which is the column clustered chart. Okay. The first one is dim. I'm gonna dim the WS as worksheet. The next one is dim um, last row as integer. Okay. And next is for the dim I. Dim I as integer. Okay. And then the next one would be for the budgeted cost. Okay. We're gonna dim it. Budgeted cost. Of course, we're gonna put a dimension for the actual cost. Okay. And the next would be the variance and the variance percentage. Okay. So dimension, variance as double. Okay. Actually, I forgot here. This is double as well. What is double? Could be numbers with um, decimal places. This one also as double. Okay. Okay. Then, okay. Let me include the variance percentage. Or just percent as double. Then next one would be dim. As I've said earlier, I'm gonna add chart, the column clustered chart. So it would be chart object. Okay. Object obj as chart object. Right. Then the last one would be chart range. So I'm gonna dim it. Chart range as range. All right. Then the next thing that I'm gonna do is set the worksheet. Okay, I'm gonna set the worksheet that would be set WS is equal to this workbook. This workbook, okay, that sheets. Okay, remember the worksheets that we have, the name of the worksheet that we have in the worksheets, which is cost analysis. So that would be our worksheets. Okay, so that would be, don't forget the quotation mark, then cost. So with the quotation mark, the whatever spelling that we have inside the quotation mark should be the same and exactly the same as the worksheet name, so that we won't have problem, with our macro. Then the next thing is find the last row in column A. So our column A is the cost category. Remember that? So cost category like the repair and maintenance cost, electricity cost, etc. So that would be the last row equals to WS dot cells. Okay. We're gonna define it rows dot count comma 1. Okay, that end. We're gonna enclose the Excel app. Okay, that row. Okay, then we're gonna start looping it. So we're gonna loop through each cost category. So it should be for I equals 3. Y equals 3 because our rows of the data starts on column 3. Okay, because the column 1 is cost performance analysis, column 2 is the headers. So our column will start from column 3, or rather row will start from row 3. Okay, so it should be 3 to last row. So as long as you have the last row data with the row with the data on the last row, then some data can be added on the next blank row. Okay, so that's why it's last row. Then we're gonna read the budgeted and actual cost. Okay, so it should be budgeted cost equals WS dot cells. Okay, um, we're gonna loop it, and we're gonna start from column 2, second column. Okay, because the first column is for the cost category, and the second column would be for the budgeted cost, and the third column would be for the actual cost. Okay. All right. So that would be okay. So that value, we're gonna be putting values in it. Then the next one would be the actual cost equals WS dot sales. Okay. Still on the second column. Sorry, this is on the third column. Second column is budgeted cost, and the third column is the annual cost. The fourth column is the variance, and the fifth column is the variance percentage. So there are 5 columns that we are using here in this cost performance analysis. All right. So this should be I, comma, then third column. That value again for the value that we're gonna be putting in it. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna calculate the variance and the variance percentage. So how we're gonna do that? We say variance is equal to actual cost minus budgeted cost. Okay, budgeted cost. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do, this one would be, we need to divide, okay, divide the variance. So we're gonna be, I'm gonna be doing using a condition statement. See, so if budgeted cost not equal to 0, then okay, variance percent. So variance percent is equal to Gonna put it inside the parentheses. It would be variance slash or divided by budgeted cost. All right. Then close it. Then we're gonna multiply it by 100. Okay, that would be percentage. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do variance percent. Variance percent equals 0. Okay. Then I'm gonna end if and if. Okay. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the variance and the variance percentage to sheet. No, we're gonna put it in the sheet. So WS dot sales, that would be okay. Remember the variance that would be on I. Okay, I is looping, of course. That would be in column 4. Okay, that would be in column 4, that value. Because we're now writing the value in it, the value of the variance. So it equals variance. Okay. Then, of course, the variance percentage on the next and the following column, which is column number 5. So WS again, that cells. That would be I loop and the 5th column, then that value. That would be equals to what? Variance percent. Okay. Okay, now, as I've said, we're gonna put some highlights, whether it's positive variance or red color, or whether it's negative variance, which is green color. So we're gonna be assigning highlight colors. Okay. So again, I'm gonna put a condition statement again to indicate our colors. Okay. So if variance, okay, variance is greater than 0, then WSLs, okay, uh, it would be column 4. So I for that, okay, I'm gonna put interior color, I mean that color, right, equals RGB. Remember the RGB? That would be red, green, and blue, our primary colors. Then the number code for this color, because for greater than 0 variance, that would be a positive variance. And that would be positive. The variance is poor performance because that would be over the budget. If negative performance, which is green, that would be under the budget. Okay. So 255, that would be the red color and 2 zeros. Okay. Then I'm gonna close it. Okay. Then I'm gonna indicate here just a statement so that we understand. This is red for over the budget. Over budget. So that we understand. It's up to you if you want to put okay or not. WS, sorry. The next thing is you cannot write WS right away. We have to put the else first. else, okay, this is the opposite. This is what you call negative, right? Negative variance. Okay. So WS dot cells negative variance. I for on the same column, close it, dot interior, dot color equals RGB. Okay. Now we're gonna put the number code for the green color. Okay. So that would be 0, comma 2550. That would be the green color. Okay. I'm gonna put green for us to understand. So green for under budget. Okay. For under budget. Right? Green for under budget. Then that ends our if. That would end our if. Then next I for our loop. For our loop. Okay. Then the next thing, since we are now adding the chart for our variance analysis, for our data visualization, so we're gonna set the chart range now. Set chart range. Okay, set chart range equals WS dot range. Okay, WS dot range. Okay, A1, because our what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our data from this. This is the one that will be included in the chart. The cost category, the budgeted cost, and the actual cost. These three columns will be added to the chart. So that's why we need to put the range C. Okay. And of course, we're gonna include last row. We're gonna include the last row to be included in our chart. Okay, then you can close it now. Or the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete the existing chart if it exists. So if I have an existing chart, okay, on the cost analysis sheet, okay, I'm gonna delete it and I'm gonna add a new chart. That's why we're gonna delete it first before we add a new chart. Okay, so I'm gonna say for each chart object in WS dot chart objects. Okay, then chart object chart obj dot delete to delete the existing chart and be replaced with a new one. Okay, then next obj next rather chart object. Okay, then since we have deleted the chart, we're gonna insert a new chart. So to insert a new chart, set a chart object equals WS dot chart objects. Okay, chart objects. Okay, that add dot add. Then we're gonna put specify our dimension left colon equals to, let's say, 300, comma. Then we're gonna specify the width. The width colon equals, the width would be, oh, I missed the width. Okay. Width equals to, let's say, 500. Okay. Then the top one, top colon equals, let's say, 50, and the last one is height. Height colon equals 300. Then I'm gonna close it. Then with chart object, okay, that chart. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the title of the chart, the type of the chart, we're gonna include everything here. The legend of the chart, okay, the x-axis of the chart, etc. So the first thing that we're gonna set is set uh, source data, okay, data source colon equals chart range, right? Then the next set thing that we're gonna set is a chart type. So chart type is equal to XL column clustered. Okay, that would be our column chart. So the next thing that we're gonna set is the title. Okay. Okay, that I'm gonna say has title. You're gonna see the boolean true, and then chart title. Okay, I forgot the dot. That chart title. Okay, that text equals our chart title would be cost performance analysis. Cost performance analysis. Don't forget the quotation mark, otherwise the cost performance analysis will not be captured. Okay, so the next one would be the access. That access. Access is plural, E is plural. The AXIS is singular, so it should be plural. Okay, because we're going to put XL category and XL primary. Okay, but we're gonna enclose it in a parenthesis. XL category, and then comma XL primary, XL primary. This is for our access. Then I'm gonna enclose it. Then that has title. All right, equals true. right? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this. Just copy it. Copy, then paste, Control V. So again, access Excel category, that's okay. Excel primary, that's okay. Then access title. Axis title. Then dot text. Okay. Equals cost category. Okay. That's what I'm saying. No? We have to put a quotation mark so that the computer will be able to recognize and capture that in the chart. Okay. Then I'm gonna copy again. Then that would be X, but this one is XL value. This is value. This okay, primary. Then that has title. True. That would be true. Right? XL value, access title, primary, access title dot text. Access title, mali. This is wrong. No, no, this. This is correct, yeah. Access category, Excel primary, access title dot text. Okay. This is access Excel value, Excel category rather. No, this is not category. Two categories, text, access text, cost category. Okay. I think this is wrong. It should be access L category, Excel primary. Access primary has title. This is correct. Access L category, XL category, XL primary. Access title, that text equals cost. Okay. Then access Excel value, Excel primary has title that equals true. All right. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just copy it. Then I'm gonna say value, Excel value, Excel primary. Then access title, access title dot text. All right. Equals. We're gonna write something again here. It should be the cost. This is on the x axis. Okay. It would be some currency, but I prepare a dollar. I'm gonna put dollar. Right, dollar. If you don't want to put the currency sign, then it's up to you. That's okay. Okay. Now we're gonna include the series connection. That series connection. Okay. Wrong spelling. Okay, series connection, enclose the one number in parentheses, that name. Okay, then equals capture the name, which is budgeted cost. Okay, budgeted cost. You have to capture it by putting a quotation mark. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy it, copy and paste. Control V. This one would be number 2. That name. And this is the actual cost. Okay, simple as that. All right. Then we're gonna set the legend. Okay, we're gonna set the legend. That has legend. Okay, has legend equals true. Okay, then that legend, that position equals XL legend position bottom. We're gonna be placing the legend in the bottom. Okay, legend that position equals XL legend position bottom. Okay, that's okay. Okay, we start with chart object dot chart. We specify the access, the title, the legend, etc. Okay, then we're finished. Then we're gonna end with. All right, because we start with it with here. Remember? Okay. Of course, we're gonna notify the user whether it's good or not, whether it's pass or fail, whatever. So message box. I'm gonna put a message box for the encoder. Okay. We're gonna put a quotation mark to be able to be captured cost, performance, okay, analysis. Completed. Just for information. Okay. With chart. Okay, with chart. I'm gonna include exclamation mark, then quotation mark, then comma. Okay. Then VBO information. We're gonna include VB information, this one. Okay. And then comma. Analysis done. Okay. Quotation mark again. Then in sub. Okay. That's it for our uh, analysis and the chart. Okay. Also, I'm gonna include. By the way, I'm gonna include the user form. Okay. So I'm gonna say sub user form show or open. I'm gonna say open. User form open. All right. So user form, since we have a user form 1 here, right here, so it should be 1. And that's you. Ends up, okay? That's it. Let's see if this one works. So what happens is I'm gonna assign the macro here. Assign macro. Okay, we have the cost performance analysis with chart. Click OK. And for the user form, I'm gonna assign a macro as well, which is the user form open, and click OK. Okay, that's it. So let's try it. We're gonna click this variance of, okay. We have problem. What is this? Series connection. One dot name. Why is this? Series connection. Number 1. Sorry, this is wrong. This is collection. It should be collection. Series collection. I series collection. Okay, good. Now what we're gonna do is gonna reset, go back there, then variance analysis. Yes, we got it. Okay, now we got the variance, negative variance, and the positive variance, plus the variance percentage. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to the home and make it a percentage. Okay, and this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it okay, percentage. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it comma and no zeros. All right. Okay. So what we have here, okay, what we have is that we have three positive variance, meaning this spending is over budget. Okay. So direct material, the budget is 5,473,757, but the actual cost is 5,475,000, over by 2,000. Okay. Repair maintenance is over by 35,000. Okay, from 1,624,964 budgeted cost. And the third one is fuel expense, over by 5,000. So what happened here is that you got three items, cost category lines, direct material and repair and maintenance cost, and fuel expense. So the next time you're gonna do is you're gonna review it and then find out what happened. In direct material, perhaps you have, this is raw materials, perhaps uh, you have some pilferage, okay? You have some wastage. That's why you have over. So next time you're gonna train your guys to ensure that there will be no pilferage, there will be no wastage of the raw materials. That's why they are also overspending the materials. And for the repair maintenance, perhaps you have some uh, machinery that are not properly, maintained. In terms of the preventive maintenance, you did not replace parts. You did not, that's why you have more downtime, more, uh, more damage of the some spare parts or some parts. So that's why you have to do something about it. Or perhaps you don't have enough skills of your technicians, so you have to send your technicians for training. So that's what you do. To, you have to put action plan in place to address this issue, repair and maintenance. Or maybe your guys are not installing the original parts, replacement parts. So you have to do that. You have to advise your procurement or purchasing department to ensure that the parts that they purchase are original parts, not the replacement parts, okay, or copy parts. For the fuel expense, perhaps uh, this budgeted cost is not enough. So you make adjustment on the budgeted cost. Or maybe the drivers, new drivers spend too much fuel. They don't know how to drive properly or the vehicle. So that's why you overspend the fuel. Think there are many things, there are many factors uh, of this three. So that the next time that you review your cost performance, then it will be good. No more uh, it's important that you don't have positive variance. Otherwise, your boss will be disappointed in you and you have positive variances, especially the big items. These are big items because this is in millions, the direct material and the repair maintenance. But this is minimal because this is fuel, the budget is very low. But look at the variance. This is 2,000, big amount of money, but the variance is only 2,000. Unlike here, small amount of money that is being budgeted and the actual cost, but the variance is very high, 5,000. So look at this, you analyze this, okay? Then if you want to look at the data visualization, which is the cost performance analysis, and look at the area where you have more budget, which is direct material number one, okay? This is actually a random numbers that I have just inputted here, but this is not actual numbers. But I thought usually the direct material is the biggest chunk of the budget. Okay. Also the repair maintenance, also the okay, the packaging materials as well as the direct labor. Okay. There are things that I have not included here. So next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on the user form. So I'm gonna double click the user form. I have already, I'm just gonna add the data here in order for me to be able to write the code for the user form. So I'm gonna specify there are only two dimension for this. Number one is the as usual the WS as worksheet. And the second one is last row as integer. Okay. Then I'm gonna set the worksheet, set WS equals to this workbook dot sheets. Already the sheet, which is the cost analysis. This is the sheet that we have. We're still covering that sheet, right? Then, of course, the last row equals to WS dot cells. Okay, rows dot count, comma 1. All right. End up Excel up. Okay. That row plus 1. Offsetting. Okay. Then now we're gonna add the data. We're gonna add the data now. So add data. how gonna do it? I'm get WS dot sales. Last row. Okay. Comma one. Then close that value. Okay. Equals me dot textbook text box one. Remember? Text box one. That value. This would be our cost category, right? So, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy it to the next two. There we have only three fields: cost category and the budgeted cost and the actual cost. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just change this one, text two, and then text box two, text box three, and number three column, the third column. Okay. So now we're able to, you know, this is for the cost category. The second one is for the budgeted cost, and the third one would be for the actual cost. Okay. Of course, we want to, you know, we want to clear inputs after we enter some data. We want to clear inputs before we, put again another data. So that would be ME dot text, okay, text box one, that value. All right, equals clear or blank. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this one, copy again. So only two. Number two, text box number two, and text box number three. Okay. Then the last one is message box. MSG box. Quotation mark, data added successfully. Data added successfully. Okay. Then exclamation mark, then quotation mark, then comma, then VB information, double click, then success. Success. Then ends up. Okay. And then I'm going back there. Then I'm gonna put for the closure. That would be unload me. Simple as that. Unload me to close the user form. Okay, that's it. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna check it. Data entry form. Right. Save. We can close it. Close. Okay, that's good. Okay, open again. Okay, I'm gonna add something here. The thing that I'm gonna add is let's say the registration fees. We don't have registration fees here. So we're gonna add registration fees. Insurance, we already have insurance right here. Row 12, insurance fees. Okay. Let's say our budget for that is 129,000 086, for example. Then for the actual cost, 129,000, for example, or 100, we make it lower, 128,500. Okay, then add data. Data added successfully. Okay. We add another one. Uh, let's say office supplies. This is minimal budget. Let's say we're gonna spend we're gonna budget it 7. Okay, and then the actual is let's say 59. We're going to do over the budget for the sake of exercise. We add data. Okay, add it. All right, then close it. Okay, now what we have is this is not included in the variance analysis and also not included in the chart. So what we're gonna do is just variance analysis chart button. Okay. Cost performance analysis completed with chart. Click OK. Okay. Now it's here. Oh, we have a red flag here. We are over 1,000 for the office supplies. Maybe some clerks are wasting so many printing papers or something else. Okay. So you have to you have to have a meeting with your clerks, other office supply users to, not to make many wastages. And this is 189%, okay? Positive by 189%. That's huge amount, okay? So let me see the chart. Okay, it's already here, registration fees and office supply. As I said, it's minimal. So what's important, okay, is you take care of the repair maintenance and the direct material. But the biggest variance is the repair and maintenance. So take care of this so that you will have less. But all in all, in total, you have a good performance. Let's say we're going to total this. We'll go to formulas and then auto sum. Still okay. Negative 37,000 variance, still okay. If you put the total. But if by lines, you have 2,000 positive variance, 35,000 positive variance, 5,500 positive, 1,000 positive. But you have some savings here in the packaging materials. Okay. Some savings in the electricity, 3,000. Some savings in the training fees. Okay, etc. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you for watching.